What is up, everybody? I am NerdRage36, back with another pickups video. Still working mandatory Saturdays, so yeah, haven't had too much time, and even on my one day off a week, it's still not enough to really throw something together, although that collection video was over an hour long, so I don't really know. But I mean, sorry for repeating myself, this is just a hobby channel. I just want to have fun, so yeah, whatever. But yeah, let's just dig right in. I just want to try and be as consistent as possible, but life. Again, this is for fun. Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Strategy Guide. I got the game several videos ago. Don't even remember how many now at this point because it has been several weeks. But I did want to get the strategy guide just because I like strategy guides for RPGs. I like having level maps and stuff. And it's actually kind of funny because on the day that I'm recording this, Happy Console Gamer did a new game stuff video, and he got this. He also got the Crystal Chronicles strategy guide, and honestly, that is a lot of fun just seeing that. I'm like, hey, wait, I got that for my video. But also, he was talking about, I don't know if you can see it up there, but he was talking about R-Type Tactics, which is one I got in the last pickups video, and I even called him out saying, like, I wish you would talk about the PSP more often. He didn't get the PSP original. He got an HD collection, which I didn't even know there were more than one game. But yeah, R-Type Tactics. And it is kind of funny, but like that is one of the few times he'll ever mention the PSP. Such a shame. Johnny, if I could ever get Jay to invite you to Retropalooza, I am going to try to talk to you about the freaking PSP. I just want more my favorite YouTubers to talk about this thing because it was so good. I know so many people that keep saying like, yeah, it was ahead of its time. I love the PSP and all that stuff, but then like it sucks when people you really respect just refuse to talk about it. But no, it is funny that in his newest video, he's talking about R-Type Tactics and briefly mentions the PSP and talks about a strategy guide that I just picked up myself. So that's interesting. Next up, Mega Man Battle Network 2. I got the other one and Battle Chip Challenge in a previous video. I think it was the same video for R-Type Tactics. Yeah, I got the second one. I see the second one and then like all the others so many places. Like I've mentioned before, one was the one I was having trouble finding, and then I did. And so I figured, yeah, I'll just go grab a copy of 2. I think this is also a solo release. I don't think it did the dual type releases like the other ones do, so I'm going to have to do a little research to figure out exactly how many versions of each game there are after this. But, I mean, at the very least, I got 1 and 2, and I can start there. So, nothing else really to say there. It's just really cool that I got that. I really should just sit down and play some of these at some point. Anyway, next up, Final Fantasy V, plus the manual. This is crazy because I found this game, like they had it like kind of bundled up. Like they did this weird thing where they took a Wii game case, just the case, and then shrink wrapped these two things onto the game case just to have it displayed, I guess, properly. But yeah, Final Fantasy V, one of the few that I don't think got that many re-releases. I mean, was there a version of it on PS1? I actually don't know, because I know that like 1 and 2 were on one was on the NES, 1 and 2 were on the Famicom. Then 1 and 2 got GBA ports, and a single GBA port, and then also the PSP games that I mentioned before. 3 was on the Famicom, got a complete remake on the DS. 4 was on the Super Nintendo, got the PSP game and the DS remake. So, yeah, I think I think in terms of re-releases, 3 and 5 have been the only ones to only get a single re-release. Unless there was a PS1 version that I just don't know about. Because I know there were a lot of compilations and re-releases of Final Fantasy games on the PS1. But on GBA, I mean, you know me, I like handhelds a lot. And RPGs on handhelds are always like a good idea just to have like the convenience factor. And honestly, I know very little about Final Fantasy V. I've heard of basically every other game, and it's just one of those that I don't really hear about this one too much. Although I think Johnny did, I mentioned Johnny before, but I think he mentioned it in Top 50 RPGs, Final Fantasy V, so it's probably really good, and I'm excited to finally have this. And it was awesome to get it with the manual. I mean, this is just really cool, and plus, full color. Like, manual came in color. Don't you miss that? And it's even crazier because it wasn't just that. It came with this little slip for, I honestly don't even know what the heck this is for, but like, actually it does talk about the Final Fantasy V strategy guide, so I guess that's something I should be looking for. Because I like RPGs with strategy guides. Next up, we got the first game not too long ago. Lost Planet 2. I did want to try and pick up the strategy guide to go along with it, but like I said, I've been working a lot of mandatory Saturdays. A lot of places close early on Sundays, so just didn't have time to really go searching. And I mean, it's not a super uncommon game, so I assume the strategy guide wouldn't be that hard to find. I think I did see it one place, but never got it at the time because I wasn't thinking about it. But yeah, Lost Planet 2. I know that this one has a bit more of an emphasis on the multiplayer, but yeah, it does offer split screen and wow, system link, like literal system, like you plug an Ethernet cable from your 360 into another 360. Dude, I wish more consoles offered that. When online multiplayer is no longer available and the game doesn't work with split screen, which this one does also offer split screen, I think I already mentioned that. But it's like, dude, why not make like the online mode accessible with system link? Like when you know that the servers are going to go offline, it's like at least then the game can survive. Well, maybe that's why they don't want games surviving past their natural lifespan, because apparently gaming is the one art form where longevity and history aren't appreciated as much. Stupid. But yeah, Lost Planet 2. I know very little about, like I think I mentioned this with the other one. I know very little about Lost Planet as a series. I know it's got giant robots in it, but for whatever reason, like the crescent moon bit there and this weird ass crab looking monster always kind of stick in my head. Like, I didn't play this game when it was new, and I don't even think I saw it that much on the shelves. But I think I remember seeing it in a magazine, and it's like, for some reason, this cover art just sticks in my head, and I'm interested to check it out, especially if I can find the strategy guide and play the first game in conjunction with it. I'm a little weird like that. I like playing, like, if it's a series and if I know I can at least get through it, like it's like one or two game. Well, if it's like 2 or 3 games, I guess, because one game isn't really a series. I'm just rambling on. I'm just trying to do this video as not as quick as possible, but I mean, other people in the house, just trying not to keep them awake. But yeah, like I kind of like marathoning games whenever I can. It's a little weird, but I think it's fun. I mean, I did do that whole video about playing 3 White Knight Chronicles games back to back, so there you go. Anyway, next up, Sonic Unleashed. This was a game that I left out of my Sonic marathon way back in 2021 because I keep hearing so many conflicting opinions about this game. And on top of that, like, I don't really quite know which version to get, because I know that there's a lot of differences between the various releases of the game. But admittedly, I have heard a ton of positive things about Sonic Unleashed. Like, a lot of friends on Discord and even Alpha Omega Sin appreciated like the game, even with a lot of its flaws. And I think the one that finally got me to at least finally go looking for it was Togetsu. Like, he did that whole short about his favorite Sonic games, and this was up there. I think this is his favorite, and honestly, contagious enthusiasm really made me want to finally check it out. And honestly, like, the more I come to understand Sonic Unleashed, I think there was an easy way to fix this game. Like, even during development, because, like, obviously the big issue that a lot of people like pointing out is the werehog sections, and some people will even say, oh, they're not that bad, they're just not what you're there for, which, yeah, but consider this. So, much like a few other games in the series, this was originally conceived as Sonic Adventure 3. And I think what could have really helped this game is leaning more into that. Like, obviously, like, the werehog stuff is completely, like, detached from regular Sonic gameplay. However, it would work because the werehog section is like a beat-em-up. Those levels would have worked better for Knuckles and or Amy, because Knuckles punches and Amy's got a hammer. Like, if they had actually gone the Sonic Adventure route with multiple playable characters, like, you have the regular boost formula levels with Sonic, and maybe you could do like time trial levels with Tails, kind of like a few of his levels from Adventure 1, and then you've got the werehog level, the beat 'em up levels with Knuckles and Amy. It's like 4 playable characters, the 4 most iconic characters, like, in 4 of the most iconic characters in Sonic, and the switching back and forth between gameplay styles would not have been so jarring. So, yeah, honestly, I think looking at it that way, as much as I probably might not super enjoy the werehog sections, thinking about it that way, kind of like mental gear shifting to this is probably what this could have been. I know that sounds like I'm coping, but it's like the concept was never the issue. It was more like not reaching its full potential. And I can see that ruining the game for most people, but I mean, again, I've heard way too many people talk about this game as positively as possible, and even not liking the werehog sections doesn't ruin the game for most of them. And I'm like, you know what? I started becoming a Sonic fan because I wanted to give the little blue blur a fair shot, so why not? I mean, it wasn't even that expensive a game, and it's just, I don't even know what I'm trying to say anymore. I'm really sorry. Again, I'm just trying to get this video done because I don't want to be too loud for the house. But one other thing I will bring up is that this is the 360 version, obviously, but one of the reasons I wasn't too sure about getting this game is what version I should get, because like I know like the PS2 and Wii versions are completely different, and I wasn't sure about if the same thing applied to PS3 versus 360. And from what I've heard, the PS3 version does have a few hiccups here and there because this was an early multi-platform game. I think it was like, what, 2008? Is it? Oh, yeah, 2007, 2008. So it was an earlier game. Meanwhile, by the time of Sonic Generations, which is the PS3 version is the one that I have and played. You've probably seen it before. They've had it more figured out. So I guess the 360 version isn't that bad a choice. And if the PS3 version isn't terrible, it was the problems are over exaggerated, I might pick that one up too. I mean, what does it matter? And if I end up really liking this game, it's just an excuse to play it again. I went way too long just talking about this game that I kept flip-flopping on knowing how people like to shit on this game, but then there's also people that like this game and blah, 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 and how it could have been so much better. I keep saying I'm trying to make this video shorter, but whatever. It's Sonic Unleashed. I know a lot of people like it. I know a lot of people don't. So I'm willing to give it a shot. But last but not least, and on the subject of Sega, the Panzer Dragoon soundtrack. This was so cool to just randomly come across. And what is a little disappointing, though, is that I did a little research after buying it and found out that there were actually multiple versions of the soundtrack. And because this one is... I played this CD in the car after I bought it, and it is the Panzer Dragoon soundtrack. It is amazing. It is really cool. But the only problem is I noticed it was missing the main menu theme, with all the horns, brrr, brrr, brrr. And I was confused, and I did a little research and found out that there were multiple versions of the Panzer Dragoon soundtrack. And this is the very first one. The very first... let me see if I can get the focus, damn it. If you could see that. This is the very first release in 1995, back when the very first Panzer Dragoon game released. And my birth year, 1995. So, I guess that kind of makes sense that this version of the soundtrack doesn't have everything, even though it says... full soundtrack. That was upsetting, but it is the official Panzer Dragoon soundtrack. It is awesome. I really was having a good time listening to it in the car. And on top of that, it came with a mini poster. Yeah, this is really small, but it was supposed to fit in a CD case, but it is really cool. A Panzer Dragoon poster. I like the Panzer Dragoon series. I've never played Saga. Obviously, but it's cool to have this. I wonder if they have a soundtrack and a poster for Orta, because I think that one, that one's the one I've played the most, just because the Xbox is a little more reliable than the Saturn, at least from my personal experience. But that's a different topic. But again, not a whole lot of stuff, but definitely some stuff worth talking about. I rambled on to way too many tangents and just random non sequiturs about Happy Console Gamer and Sonic Unleashed, and just... that is what I like doing. I like rambling. Again, this channel is just for fun. And I'm going way too long for what was supposed to be a short video. Anyway... I am NerdRage36, and I'll see you later.